Hunter Water and the New South Wales Government are planning for our future to ensure the Lower Hunter has a sustainable and resilient water system. We have developed the Lower Hunter Water Security Plan, which sets out how we're going to do this over the next 40 years. The plan is a whole-of-government approach to water security in the Lower Hunter. The Lower Hunter's water system performs well in typical conditions, but in a severe drought, our storages can drop to critical levels in around 3 years. If a drought was to continue longer than this, our storages could empty and the region could run out of water. To ensure we have enough water to meet the needs of our community during good times and in drought, we need to plan differently, act now and remain adaptive to make sure we are prepared for a future with a changing climate and a growing population. Water is fundamental to our region, supporting the quality of life of our community and economic prosperity of a growing region. For the last 3 years, we have talked to our community about their values and preferences for our water future. The community told us they want a safe and reliable water supply that can withstand drought, all supply and demand options considered, to focus on saving precious drinking water, to minimise the environmental impacts of supplying water, a collaborative approach to saving water and integrated water management with stakeholders, continued use of water restrictions in drought and upfront investment to be ready for rather than react to drought. We have analysed demand options to reduce the amount of drinking water we use and supply options to supplement our water supplies. And we have assessed the impacts of a changing climate and learned from our experiences in recent drought to make sure we are prepared in the future. Our analysis is now complete and we are ready to seek feedback from our community on the draft plan. There are 4 key priorities outlined in the draft plan and a suite of actions that align with each priority. These actions will be implemented if the plan is adopted. Safe drinking water is our highest priority. We will continue to provide high-quality drinking water by continuing to invest in managing and protecting our drinking water catchments and having multiple barriers in place to keep our drinking water up there with the best in the world. We will manage our existing water resources wisely and work together with our community to do the same. Through the recent drought, the Lower Hunter community reduced water use by 11%, and in recent years, Hunter Water significantly reduced the volume of water lost from leaks. We will build on these achievements and work with our community to reduce drinking water used in homes, businesses and industries by up to 17%. And continue to invest in reducing leaks in the water network. We currently recycle around 8 billion litres of water each year. We will work towards increasing this by 1.3 billion litres per year through increased industrial recycling, providing recycled water to irrigate more parks and sporting fields, and continuing to explore viable recycling opportunities in new residential developments. Purified recycled water is a reliable and safe water supply option that is already part of water supply systems around the world, including Perth, Western Australia. Hunter Water will build a purified recycled water demonstration plant and education facility to support further engagement with our community on the water cycle and the potential future option of purified recycled water for drinking. We will continue to use the Hunter Central Coast connection to make the most of our existing infrastructure. We will also progress planning for a new connection with the Upper Hunter via the proposed Glennies Lostock scheme. The scheme would make better use of storage in 2 existing dams, increasing water security across the Lower Hunter, Central Coast and Upper Hunter regions. Hunter Water will complete planning activities for a connection to this scheme via a new offtake from the Patterson River. Our climate is changing and the future is uncertain. We will act to improve our resilience to drought and remain adaptive to future opportunities and risks. We will do this by implementing the following actions. Hunter Water will build a desalination plant at Belmont to provide the Lower Hunter with a reliable source of water that is independent of rainfall. The plant will be constructed now and be available to produce up to 30 million litres of water per day in typical conditions and throughout a drought. Groundwater is already used as a water source in the Lower Hunter. Hunter Water will continue to investigate how the ancient Hunter River Paleo Channel could form part of the water storage and supply system in the future. To be prepared for long and severe droughts in the future, we need to decrease the amount of water we use and increase water supply sources that don't rely on rainfall. We have permanent water conservation measures in place called Smart Water Choices, and we will retain current levels of water restrictions in drought. We will also commence planning for a future drought response desalination plant at Walsh Point. This plant would only be built in a long and severe drought, but we will complete planning now so we're ready to build it if needed in the future. Our water system is underpinned by healthy ecosystems and is essential to support livable communities. We will work to improve knowledge sharing and participation of First Nations and Aboriginal peoples in water planning. We will continue to work in partnership with our regional partners to create and sustain livable communities. The Lower Hunter Water Security Plan includes a program of actions to make the most of what we've got, ensure we can reliably meet the water needs of a growing community while remaining adaptive to be able to respond to future conditions. The proposed plan increases the diversity and resilience of the system, and it improves our drought security to ensure we can continue to serve our community through long and severe droughts in future. The Lower Hunter Water Security Plan is now on public exhibition, and we want to hear from you. Learn more and have your say at yourvoice.hunterwater.com.au.